I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Screen by Scoa. Outside Lowry. Inside. From 15 feet away. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Last season, the Celtics had a solid 19-22 road record, Clark. Not the 500 mark most teams want, but a very good effort from a young team, and no one really expected that.
Yeah, and you think about this team that's still growing and has a lot of youth. I mean, that kind of road record, very impressive. Their fans should be feeling pretty good about what the future holds with this group.
And so he hits both.
And thinking back on the Celtics, on the road, their away record doesn't tell the whole story. They won their last 7. Road games in that tremendous playoff push. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here's Sullinger. It's tipped. The drive by Lowry. Crowder pulls it in.
Another away-from-home note for the Celtics. They were 7-1 in road games against the rest of their division. Their road play was the driving factor as to why they made the playoffs.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 4th in assists, 8th in steals. And they were one of the top 10 teams in the league at scoring points off turnovers. I'd call them a very opportunistic team.
And from those assist numbers, you can see this was a very unselfish team. Their passing was really infectious and made them a tough team to defend.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. 3 on the clock. Bradley. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Bradley's got 10 points in the game. In the foul on Avery Bradley. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Olynyk, he's checked in for the Celtics. Rozier comes in for Bradley. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Checking in for the Celtics. Avery Bradley.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Boston making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. Thomas with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. An easy 2 points on the layup.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Johnson, the pass to Patterson. Turner against Johnson. Back to Patterson. That's tipped. They retain possession. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. Here's Bradley. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 12 points for Avery Bradley.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
For 3, Ross. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Celtics out in front. They lead by 6. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Isaiah Thomas out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Jerebko. Then it's Turner. And it's Johnson in at the 5 spot. And stolen by Patterson. Lowry inside the line. Rebound Boston. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Powell in for Kyle Lowry. Boston also with the sub. Sullinger's checked in. Now here's DeRozan. No luck. Good D by Sullinger.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Toronto calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Boston foul call.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. DeMar Carroll comes in for Ross. And it's Lowry in for Powell.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that. So you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
Raptors trail by 8 and stolen by Thomas. Here's Johnson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
And for the Raptors, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Shoots from 14. And Scola with the basket on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists tonight. It's stolen by Carroll. And he gets it to go. And it's 8 points for Luis Scola.
And Fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Johnson. Jay Crowder comes in for Turner. And Bradley's subbed in for Thomas. Smart dishes to Sullinger. Bradley against DeRozan. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. And that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself. I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
Here's Sullinger. The Raptors getting the bucket. Took him no time at all on that one. 14 points for Avery Bradley.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And pushing it up, here's Boston. Back to Zeller. Here's Crowder. The shot is off. And Toronto will come the other way. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Biyombo comes in for Valanciunas, and it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
The Celtics have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Celtics making a switch here. Olynyk, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Lee comes in for Sullinger. Turner's checked in for Crowder. And it's Rozier in for Bradley. Celtics leading by 8. Knocked loose. Oh, and here comes Carroll all alone. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and then excellent transition offense.
And really, it all stems from the aggressive defense. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Here's Smart. Lowry with the block. Here's Carroll. No good. Good work defensively by Turner. Carroll kicks to Lowry. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And the Celtics making a change here. Zeller, he's checked in for Olynyk. Jared Sullinger comes in for David Lee. Crowder, he's checked in for Evan Turner. And it's Avery Bradley in for Rozier. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Now, you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Come on, give it up.
15 seconds left in the first half. Sullinger passes to Turner. Dishes to Thomas. Crowder kicks to Johnson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.